Good afternoon and welcome to Utah County. I'm Robert Kirk, Utah County Treasurer. Ed Alter, our current state treasurer, was planning to make this nomination today. However, due to unforeseen conflicts, he won't be able to do that. It was about 28 years ago today that Ed stood here and asked for your support. He told you that if we elect a state treasurer who had the right educational training, the right professional experience, and the right track record of proven success, that we can improve the financial performance of the state of Utah. You nominated him as your state treasurer, and today Utah is named the best financially managed state in the country. And in addition to that, Utah has the highest possible bond rating, which saves us millions of dollars each year in interest costs. Today, you will choose the Republican nominee for state treasurer to maintain this tradition of excellence. Only one of the candidates has a master's degree in business. Only one has negotiated complicated bank service contracts. Only one has invested billions of dollars of public funds. Only one has presented the state's credit to bond rating agencies in New York. In short, only one candidate has experience as public treasurer, and the candidate is Richard Ellis. Richard has been Chief Deputy State Treasurer for over 8 years. He's uniquely capable of stepping right in and continuing this tradition of excellence. Public treasurers like myself throughout this state support Richard for state treasurer. I proudly nominate Richard Ellis for the next state treasurer of Utah.
I am Representative Gordon Snow, Majority Whip of the Utah House of Representatives, and I second this nomination. This is one of the most important votes that we will make and cast today. The State Treasurer's Office handles billions of dollars of taxpayer money and is instrumental in keeping this state financially sound. I speak for myself and many of my colleagues in the state legislature. We know Richard, we've watched him for years. Richard brings a depth of experience needed to fill this office. He's a fiscal conservative, has a solid reputation, and is the most qualified candidate for the office. I ask your support for Richard Ellis.
I'm proud to accept this nomination to represent the Republican Party as its most experienced and qualified candidate to run for the office of Utah State Treasurer. I hold sacred the responsibility I will have as custodian of public monies, your tax dollars. This office has been led by professionals in treasury management, individuals who are educated and experienced in the field. They build a legacy of professionalism unmatched in the country. My reason for running is to continue this professional, conservative, and independent manner in which this office is operated. Let me share with you a few things you need to know before you make your decision today. I've embraced private sector technology, its products, its services, in the State Treasurer's Office. The state has already implemented many of the technologies for Check 21, perhaps the biggest change in the banking industry in 25 years. We are scanning checks and transmitting digital images to banks for presentment rather than moving physical checks across the country. Tens of millions of dollars are transferred daily in the State Treasurer's Office, and we are expanding our ability to receive and disperse payments electronically. While what the private sector already has to offer, we in the State Treasurer's Office have already implemented. The State Treasurer's Office has also been an innovator. A few years ago, Utah was the first state in the country to sell its bonds electronically. We worked with Bloomberg to develop an electronic bidding system. Now electronic bond sales are the norm in the municipal bond industry. I commit to you that as your state treasurer, I will continue to champion technologies from the private sector and continue to be an innovator as state treasurer. As your state treasurer, I will continue to be a conservative fiscal steward. I will not be influenced by outside pressures for political gain. My role is to stand up for the state of Utah, what's best for the state and what's best for its citizens. I will provide my advice to policymakers. I have stood for the fiscal integrity expected of the best financially managed state in the country, and I will continue to do so. The state treasurer does not set tax policy, does not decide how much money will be spent and where that money will be spent. Our Republican legislature and our Republican governor set those policies. But what I can do as treasurer is work as hard as I can to maximize the investment dollars that we earn within prudent guidelines and risk assessment. Now, anyone can claim they can earn more money. and that can be done. But there's one tenet of investing that never changes: risk and reward. Only by assuming greater risk is one able to get greater reward. Last year, in the State Treasurer's Office, we earned $480 million of investment income, $177 per resident of this state. That's money that came from Wall Street, not out of your pockets as a taxpayer. I commit to you today that I will continue to work hard, maximize investment returns to keep taxes low for you. I'll run the Treasurer's Office like I've run my campaign, a frugal campaign. I've traveled the state, I've met delegates, I've sent mailers out to you and had the opportunity to meet many of you. My commitment is to keep the Treasurer's Office efficient and frugal in all that we do. I have the endorsement and support of county and city treasurers from throughout the state. They endorse me because they recognize I have the experience and the qualifications they expect in their state treasurer. They invest their local state tax dollars with the state treasurer because they earn interest without unnecessary risk and with quality service. They endorse me because they trust me. As delegates today representing the citizens of Utah, you have the responsibility of selecting a candidate to represent the Republican Party that is qualified and competent to protect taxpayer dollars. One that has the superior qualifications to our Democratic opponent in the upcoming election. Today you have a choice between two candidates. One who has a business education, one who doesn't. One who has 22 years of extensive experience in managing taxpayer money, another one who doesn't. One who has performed the duties of the State Treasurer's Office, another who will have to rely on others to help him with that. I am the only candidate with the education, experience, and expertise to protect your tax dollars. The decision you make today will establish the role of the office for the future. I ask that you continue the professionalism and the high fiscal standards of the State Treasurer's Office. Keep the office professional. I'm Richard Ellis, and I ask for your support today. Thank you.